when you're not looking.
And when you are looking.
Just share the video out. I'm in the street. Gemma's doing that.
Remind me to keep checking on the chip.
Yeah, that's that. Oh, I nearly dropped you. We will be set up in a second, I swear.
Done?
Are we good?
You're putting peanut butter on. Oh, bed.
Oh, god damn. Hang on, I just got my cashew butter. Get back from me.
I just had some fireworks.
Cheers.
Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Oh,
I'm eating an apple and nut butter.
I'm kind of bed early. We are not doing anything, as always.
We're boring.
As you can probably guess.
We're pretty exciting.
But we have done a lot of years of partying, and we've had enough of that.
We've done all that.
And
now we want to feel amazing all the time.
So I thought we could talk about like New Year's resolutions. I thought that would be cool. And one of mine is to get even healthier and more well. And I got this book for Christmas about thyroid health, and it is amazing. If anyone has any thyroid issues, or any illnesses that are autoimmune related, or things like fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, all these things that doctors don't seem to really know much about, get this book. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So much advice and a way of looking at it that I'd never heard of before. And there's like a 90-day protocol. And it's not like protocols I've done before where you take all these harsh things and then like grapefruit seed extract and all these like natural and not so natural things and you feel terrible. It's like loads of really easy things that you can do, and it doesn't sound like it'll be too harsh on the body. So I'm really looking forward to doing that.
Me too.
Just wanted to say that while you're eating your snack.
Yeah, I welcomed it.
How's this year been for you then?
It's been great. Just loads of cool things keep happening, like getting these different awards for like in the top 100 vegan YouTubers, and then 16th best nutrition channel, not vegan nutrition channel, but just nutrition channel on YouTube. That's by
incredible.
FeedSpot.
That's amazing.
And so yeah, filming got involved in 3 documentaries, or 2 documentaries, another Channel 4 film which comes out next year, one next month. So I'm excited to see how they come to fruition.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just been really, really blessed this year. Really lucky, and everything's. I think when you just put good out, you do get good back. You know. What's the Channel 4 film? It's called Like Sunday. Like Sunday, I believe. I know it's going online pretty soon. It's up for some awards at the sort of film festivals or something or other. But that will be going on the TV as well at some point. I was a bouncer in it. That seemed funny to reprise that sort of role. Really funny.
I feel like this year I've faced a lot of my demons and I've gone through a lot of hard times.
Yeah.
But stuff that was necessary for me to progress forwards. And if anyone's into Teal Swan, I don't know if anyone is, but every year she does a forecast of the following year. And last year's was really, I can't remember a lot of it, but it seems to be very accurate from memory. It was saying that you know, a lot of things, your life's going to get turned upside down. There's going to be a lot of hard facing of stuff, and it was like that for me. And then she's saying her forecast for next year is like it's not a rebuilding, it's a building. So rebuilding suggests like you you know, like you say, like your house has fallen down and you rebuild it from what was there. She's saying like this is just a building. We're building the foundations of our new life, and so we've gone through all of the hard stuff, and now all the stuff that we want is actually going to start to come into fruition next year. And there's a part she wrote where she's saying that like you're going to find your tribe. And as I read that, I welled up and I nearly started crying. And I
that
thought,
does seem to be happening. For
why
us,
is this
doesn't it,
so
big time?
impacting? Yeah, and I thought, oh, we might be about to do a real big venture. She was saying like everything's going to start coming together, and you're going to start to see what it is that you actually want in your life. Like it's going to become really clear, and you're going to start building the foundations of that. And it just made me think that this move might be actually part of that. It just made me feel, it felt like it was meaningful, and I just, if anyone's interested in that blog, just Teal Swan blog, you'll find it. It was really cool. What do you predict for next year, or what do you want to happen next year?
Let's just finish talking about this year. So got over my fear of public speaking, which for me was a huge deal. So that felt great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like both of our development is really accelerating, like which you don't expect. Like I think during childhood you get your like most growth, and then things tend to slow down and you sort of lose interest potentially as you're older. But no, having found veganism, having a passion, having more drive and self-belief and self-confidence from you know, promoting this message and doing it for a higher power, like for a higher cause. Like, you know, my training's going a lot better, my nutrition, I can seem to cut better, I can grow muscle better. Just everything seems to be going right because I'm doing good in the world. So, you know, you sort of get back what you put out, I guess. I try to just put out good stuff like love and, you know. Yeah, it seems to be coming back. Manifestation and all that malarkey. And I'm just lucky to be surrounded by people doing the same thing. Well, I suppose it's not luck. You sort of seek out people, don't you? Feel very lucky to have you.
Likewise.
Anyway, is that what we want to say about this year? Yeah. So, you know, the social media thing's growing. I think I'm going to stop doing daily live streams, sadly. I don't want to because I'm enjoying them, but it's really hurt the channel's growth. I've been doing it most days for the last month, and I've dug into analytics, and it's really slowed down the subscribers. So I don't feel like it's the best use of me and the best way to grow the business, but I will do at least weekly streams still, at least weekly. Yeah, so that's a bit of a pain.
I feel like a lot of our hard work is starting to pay off. Other than, you know, the channel wasn't doing so great with that, but it feels like we're really starting to get somewhere. Got all these different parts of the businesses we're doing, and you know, we had certainly a big time like this last year where we didn't feel so abundant for a while. That was a worry, and then that feels like it's past and things are getting better on that in lots of different ways. Things feel like they're coming together. We're not having some of those same worries, and we're more able to be more focused on the stuff that's really important. It feels like things are really changing.
Yeah, we seem to be really attracting sort of abundance, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. So, yeah.
What do you predict for next year?
Just more of the same. It seems like the vegan movement has really blown up. So there was that article yesterday, or the day before, was it? Was it yesterday that I got featured in, which was on the BBC website, and it was saying how veganism has become mainstream, you know, and, you know, it really has, hasn't it? And it's only going to go from here. It's unstoppable now, so people need to get on board, or they're just going to get run over by it, aren't they? Like, not in a nasty way, but we're unstoppable now. It's very exciting. What other words? I've got hibiscus tea on the go, by the way.
What else do we predict for next year?
Yeah, just veganism is just going to go from strength to strength, and
I envision us producing a lot more evergreen content, maybe with more facilities where it's easier?
Yeah, so at the minute, I've been ploughing about 7 to 10 hours into these live streams, which YouTube doesn't seem to be favouring them. You know, we've put so much effort into them, which we don't regret because we love connecting with you guys. I guess it's kind of better than video in a way for me. You'll get more from it. But in terms of like growing the business, spreading the message, you know, if I put more of those hours into my video content, and I don't really sit down and plan videos, I just do whatever. Like there's a lot of vlogs and things, which I think is important to show how I train, what I eat. I think, you know, let's help and promote the message, but I need to do what Gemma said, like evergreen content. So I want to do one video which was 3 ways that vegan nutrition is the better way to grow muscle. But I'm so busy with my PT, with online coaching, obviously with the live streams up until this point, and didn't really have time to put a lot of time into each video. But I think now I want to start doing that. So the videos I've been doing mostly up to date have been quite throwaway, but ones which are a resource, which might be more share worthy. You know, I really want to grow the channel and reach more people. So I feel like that's where I need to put my effort more. So that's, yeah, that's something. Yeah. So yeah, I just predict the channel will blow up. We're speaking about once a month at events next year. So we love to go all around the country, meet more subscribers, more of you guys particularly. Yeah.
Now you guys tell us things.
Yeah, what are you guys doing? What do you predict for veganism for the new year?
And what do you want to happen in your own personal life?
What do you want to achieve? And away we go. Happy New Year, Green Lady Oakwich. Yasmin's in the house. Yasmin's Conscious Kitchen. Welcome to you. Thanks for joining. Monica, just wanted to share a Happy New Year. I won't be on the stream today, unfortunately. New Year will bring you as much joy as possible. Right back at you, Monica. Bless you. Vegan Mama, Happy New Year to my fave YouTubers. You're so kind. I'm just got getting too old now. New Year's not so much fun. Yeah, I mean, we'll just get an early night, but we'll get up tomorrow. We'll be super hydrated. We'll eat some good food. We'll work
cycle
out.
Off to the gym. Everyone else will be in bed. It'll feel good. Not to have a hangover.
Everyone will be thinking, I want to do all these things in the new year. But first of all, I just got to work off this hangover and start the new year as you mean to go on. It's my chickpea Sardi's in the house. Jean Morris, Happy New Year. I'm already in bed. I don't blame you.
Good for you.
Yeah, we won't be too much longer. Amy, watching the new Baywatch movie with family. Do I even know about that? Oh, I know. It's yeah, I've seen it advertised. Michael's in the house. Sweet. Thank you, Amy. Andy Whitehead, Happy New Year, celebrating being vegan for 2 years. Come midnight, playing catch up to my wife who's been vegan for 40 years. God.
Wow.
Damn. I think that's the most long-term vegan I've ever heard of. Congratulations, guys. That's very awesome. Purple Piplup has arrived.
You did that somewhat more politely. Less spit.
Hey, Purple Piplup. Irish Vegan, Happy New Year. Everyone, it's 8:10 p.m. in Spain. Going to a vegan restaurant now. Have fun. Have fun, my friend. Have a great evening. Happy New Year. Amy, hoping Game Changers is great. I was not a fan of What the Health at all. Wow. Yeah, they have put a lot of effort into that movie, so I'm expecting big things. A lot of high caliber people on board. Victory Leo, great video. Can't wait to get the book with Dr. Gregory. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thanks for watching. I remember you commenting, Vegan Mama, you two will go far. 100%. You're both so positive and passionate in everything you do. It shows that's why great things have come to you and will come your way. 2018 is in the year for us all. Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you, hun. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Took me starting. What steps did you take to get over your fear of public speaking? I have that same issue. Yeah, so that's very, very common. So, oh, Steve's in the. Hang on 1 second. My friend Steve's in the house. How you doing, brother? You finally got to message then. Haha, nice.
Hello.
Big up Stevie B in the Norwich. So, public speaking, yeah. So, I think the reason I got over that fear was because it was so important to me. So, like, it was a higher purpose, and it, to me, was more important than my kind of ego, like my fear of failing and, like, feeling stupid or whatever. It's a lot of practice. So it's being passionate about your subject matter, number one. It's really knowing your subject inside and out, so you're confident about it. And it's a lot of practice. So, you know, whether you bullet point your speech, whether you write it verbatim, you know, which you're going to repeat, but it's really practice visualizing, maybe record yourself, check your cadence, like your speed. Really important is to lower your heart rate down. So if your heart rate's going too hard, you're in kind of fight or flight, which is natural. So one thing you need to understand is historically, when we were in tribes, if we did something to affect our social standing, we could be ostracized from the tribe, which means we were probably dead because, you know, we were relatively weak, you know, compared to, you know, like saber-toothed tigers or whatever. So we had to work in our kind of teams and have lookouts, and, you know, so while some of us are sleeping. And so number one, expect that you're going to feel adrenaline. Meditation really helped, and
deep breathing,
visualization.
Once you get that panic.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So in meditation, I managed to sort of relabel that feeling as excitement rather than fear, which sort of got me over the first little hurdle and managed to get me to get out in front of an audience. But as Gemma then said, really important to slow your heart rate down is just to breathe. So really deep breaths. And when you're delivering your speech, it's breathing in. Whoa! It's breathing in your sentences that you want to say. So you breathe in and you're formulating in your mind what you need to say next, and then you breathe out the words. And in that way, you're slowing your heart rate down, and you're giving yourself time to think, and you're not rushing through. Because the temptation is when you're under stress that you just blurt it all out, you trip over your words, you forget what you're saying, and you're an incoherent wreck. So breathing, really important. And I just really studied, I looked at all the TED Talks I could find on public speaking. Just the more you arm yourself, you know, the more confident you feel. It's a bit like when I was a doorman, and, you know, I spent so many hours in the boxing gym, in the karate dojo, in the weights room, you know, like running or whatever. Well, not so much running by then because I was too big, but to do sparring and stuff, like, you know, the fitness stuff. And I was so well prepared, and I just thought, like, if some drunken buffoon's going to try and have a pop at me, he's not done as much training as I've done. He's not really probably that coherent because he's drunk, like. And that just gives you that confidence, you know, and it's preparation, isn't it? Yeah.
And
was that everything?
And you started off small, so you started... You said it to me until you weren't nervous telling it to me anymore. And then you moved on to, like, slightly bigger crowds, didn't you? So
yeah.
You did it to the Norwich Vegans where there was about, what, 40 people there or something like that?
Yeah.
And then moved, so, like, yes, like, small steps if you can, like that.
Yeah, that's really good advice. But the weird thing is, I now find if I've got, like, a couple of hundred people or whatever, I find that much easier than, like, the tinier group of people, because it gets a bit weird, like, you need to kind of look at people while you're speaking. And then if it's a small group, like sometimes you're up in your own head a bit too much. You think, how long do I look at you for? Is this like long enough or too long? And then, but when it's a whole crowd, you're just kind of scanning, you know, slowly. It feels less sort of intrusive, and it's weird how that works. Right, where the hell were we? Right, here we are. Amy, speaking in public is really the core way I found can't overcome something until you meet it. Yeah, so, you know, in a way, there's a lot to be said for visualization, meditation, like mindfulness, like breathing, like rehearsing it. But then, you know, you also need to do, I think this is Gem and my sort of contrast, and part of the reason we work so well together. I'm more of a doer and Gem is more of a more cerebral, more kind of
emotion. So like dealing with the issues of why you can't do something first, or like the emotions behind it, where does that come from, all that sort of thing.
So maybe undoing past trauma in order to make it, but at some point you need to start doing as well.
So you can like sit and be present with the fear, but then there'll come a time where you also have to like act. So we both have been historically a bit more on our own side of the fence on that. Like, no, you should be like, that you should act, no, you should feel.
Now I know what to say, but now we take a medicinal dose of each other. Is that the thing?
Yeah, now we've realised both are important, and actually you have to get the balance of the two.
Green Lady Oakwich, most of this year I've been in pain with sciatica hip pain and the pain in the piriformis muscle. So next year is painful. Are you getting some help with that, hun?
Yeah, I hope it's
my piriformis can act up. I like to foam roll, you know, with one of those little therapy balls. That really helps me.
So you're saying not live stream on a Thursday?
I was thinking about doing Thursday, but if you're not available Thursday, maybe I'll do a Friday night. So, yeah, that would work. Videos Tuesday and Sunday, and live stream Friday. That will be like a minimum. I may do a bit more than that, but at least we'll stick to that as a regular.
See what happens to the growth of the channel if you do it once a week.
Yeah.
For a couple of weeks or whatever, and if that really helps, maybe then you can play around.
Yeah. I'm just annoyed. I really thought if you did like daily videos, YouTube would really like punt you out there, but I just saw zero growth from the lives. As I said, it was a detriment on gaining subscribers. So I lost half of the subscribers I gained in the month, whereas historically it was a fraction of that. And then, what was I just saying? Yeah, like, just the numbers in the room haven't really grown, which tells me YouTube's just not sharing this out to other people, so they're a bit naughty. Rusty, the best way to grow your business is vlogging, turn your channel to a vlog channel, things do. So the thing is, like, I just don't have enough time to do daily vlogs with my PT business and my online coaching and the various other little things we do. And to be honest, like, it would be so samey. Like, I'm just basically doing those things I just said, like coaching, training, eating. Yeah, vlogging channels do, daily vlogs go really well, but I think you need to be doing something like with the Vegan Geezer channel, Geezer family now, as they're called, like they're doing different things each day. So, you know, I would just get bored of doing that, you know. Really, I want to, like I was saying earlier, if you were here, I don't know, but I want to do some evergreen content, like videos that are a useful resource that people can go back to, that will be useful in 2 years, 3 years, people will share around, you know. But yeah, I know why you would say that. You are right.
So we won't be doing daily vlogs, but there is a Facebook community group now that Amy kindly created. If anybody wants to join,
she's the best person.
What's it called? Hench Hangout?
I don't bloody know.
I think that's what Amy can maybe type if it's different. I think it was Hench Hangout. So I think you just press to join and then you get approved, and it's just chats in there. So, well, there's not a lot of people in there yet, so everyone should go over and join it. And then we can have daily chats in there if you can't see us on the live stream. Thanks, Amy.
She's a good one. New Hope's in the house. What's up? Hunter Cole is in the house. Amy, what a lot of YouTubers seem to do is vlogging and resources on YouTube and then the live stuff on Instagram. That might be a thought. I know Facebook like shares out live streams a lot more. But I just don't. I like this format where you can have the moderators and. So I don't know. Hunter Cole, my brother promised he would go vegan this New Year. Sweet. Is he getting on the Veganuary? Yes, all the best in growing your business and channel. I should definitely be continuing to follow you. Thank you, my darling. We really appreciate that. Little baby sweet potato, happy New Year's Eve to you. Sandrock, for the new year, I'm going to participate in more activism. I already contacted my local Save movement about volunteering. Good for you, my friend. That's what this world needs. Beans Greens Gaming, do you think a plant-based alkaline eater could get by with a lot less calcium considering they're not taking in the acid load to be neutralised? Yeah. Probably a lot of the RDAs are based on people eating an incorrect diet, so yeah, no doubt.
I think it just jumped.
Oh, ah.
It sort of jumped as you looked up, so I didn't know if you saw it.
No, I didn't. Jesse Hitman's in the house. Happy New Year, my friend. Yasmin, there'll be no more than 5 people in my gym this morning. Love it when it's quiet. Nice. Yeah, me too. Amy's gym is shut tomorrow. What a swizz.
I was surprised. He said his gym was open tomorrow. I was like, what? Really? Really open tomorrow? Couldn't believe it. I thought everywhere was shut on these days.
Happy New Year, Steve, if you're still on here.
Yeah, happy New Year.
Yeah, well done. You got her eventually. Good old Steve. He's good people. Jesse, how much turmeric do you have on a day and how do you have it? So, I don't mind how I get it in as long as I get it in. I shoot for at least half a teaspoon. There's no real science on like mega dosing it, so we don't know how safe that might be. So, you know, I don't go overboard with it. Typically, I eat grains most days, and so once the water's evaporated in my grain, I typically add it in there, stir it in, cook it for a further minute. I add a little black pepper as well because you get much more the curcumin bioavailable in your bloodstream like that. But you know, sometimes it'll be in a curry or it just depends what I'm eating really. But yeah, however you can get it in you really. So good.
If I wasn't having a grain or whatever to put it in, I would just have a little glass of water and put it in there and just down it. And it's not the nicest thing in the world, but you can.
Golden milk.
You could chuck it down.
Or golden chai, some people call it.
Yeah, you could make that.
Or just into a hot drink.
Yeah.
There's a recipe video, 3 healthy vegan hot drinks or something it's called.
Yes.
On my channel. Carl McTrusty's in the house. My girl music. Welcome, my friends. Amy, when you're feeling nervous, don't be afraid to take a breath or sip some water as a pause. Yeah, it's just keeping you cool and you're just breathing. Jesse, I watched Star Wars. Daisy Ridley is vegan. Who is she? Did she play Rey? Thank you, Caroline. That's really kind. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Whereabouts are you in the world? How's the vegan scene there?
Just going to go and check on the potatoes. Okay.
Yeah. What are we having now?
Roast potatoes and sort of a curry type of
We're trying another sort of a curry out of Dr. Gregor's new book. Wherever that's gone. Have any of you guys cooked any of the recipes out of Dr. Gregor's book yet? Amy, most audiences want you to succeed. They come to you to because they're interested in what you have to say. So you know you have a room full of support. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that really is. Yeah, that's huge. Sandrock, I actually really enjoy public speaking. It's a long shot, but try to turn nervous anxiousness into excited anxiousness. Yeah, so in meditation, I've been doing it sort of religiously, like for a load of mornings in a row. And then I did this technique where you label, so you note any feeling in your body or any thoughts that come up. You note feeling, thought, and then you label, was it sort of good, bad, or sort of indifferent really, or positive, negative, or indifferent. And so I thought of the speech that I had to do on the first sort of one at this little restaurant, the River Green Cafe. There's only about 30 people, but I thought that I had to do that. I felt a little bit of adrenaline, and so I thought, feeling. And then my brain sort of tried to did a trick on me. Instead of saying bad, my brain said excitement, like good, like this is a vegetarian restaurant, like half of that crowd could be vegetarian. This is like your life purpose. You can turn these people vegan. And yeah, I didn't look back really, and that was amazing. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same feeling. You might go a little sweaty, like your heart races. Your heart rate speeds up. So your breathing sort of increases if you don't get it under control. And one person can jump out of an aeroplane and feel like terrified, and the other one can jump out and feel excitement. And then it's the same. It's what we label it, really. So yeah, that was an eye-opener. And I can't say it was completely plain sailing. Like, it was a little up and down. But at one point when I recognised, when I admitted to myself that I was feeling anxious, because I was just ignoring it, because I was used to my adrenaline going crazy and having to perform, on the door or whatever, and feeling that mad adrenaline, but not letting it bother me. But really what I learned is you have to admit to yourself that there's some anxiety. You have to sort of say hello to the anxiety, shake hands with it, and you sit with it, and you just let yourself be okay with it. And then you breathe. Then you calm down. There's a saying in sort of all this kind of emotional well-being, what you resist persists. So if you keep ignoring this anxiety, it keeps coming up because it wants you to feel it. So that was something, acknowledging it, then breathe in, and then slow your heart rate, and boom, I'm really loving it now. Really loving it, same as Sandrock. Good words. Amy's doing academic activism, how your veganism can fuel educational excellence. Wow, might be of use to Gemma. Cool. Well, we're going to see you anyway, aren't we? So, yeah, we'll find out. Very nice. Rusty Richardson, how many vegan bodybuilding bloggers are there on the YouTubes? What blog about the things they do throughout the day? Very few, and you're probably the most famous one. Yeah, they tend to do more sort of what I eat, and you'll get like a little training montage. So yeah, I try to show if I'm doing anything sort of interesting, but it's sort of few and far between that I'm really doing anything out of the ordinary. So I just feel like I wouldn't have enough content to do that regularly. And then it's the fact that the filming makes your day longer, and then like editing, encoding, uploading, thumbnails, optimizing, tagging, like share. It's a lot of work. If I didn't have if I wasn't a PT and nutritionist, like if that was my only job, I'm sure I could do like a half decent job of it, but it's not enough hours, sadly. Thanks, Amy. You're a good little sharer outer. Ray Stevens in the house. Happy New Year, everyone. 2018 this year. Vegans finally get the cows the right to have a driver's license. I can feel it. It will be known as the year of the freeway movement. Bad puns indeed. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for joining. Happy New Year, my friend. I started choked on my food. Yeah, so that's a real shame, Paul. You're the only guys I know that do live chats like this. I think it's unique and makes things personal. Yeah, I love it. I really enjoy doing it. So that I do feel a bit sad. Maybe like once the channel's bigger, once we've got more subscribers and people are more invested and they want to, there's more people who want to see the live stream, maybe it'll make it more viable and it'll be a better use of my time. It's certainly a lot easier than bloody trying to come up with ideas for videos, all the time it takes to shoot, then edit, and like I say, all the other stuff I just said to Rusty. You just turn the camera on for like an hour or two to do a live stream. There's so much, and it's really nice to connect with you guys. So rather than just reading like the odd comment, you know, actually interacting. Chickpea Thani, a microbiome video would be interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I know quite enough. Well, I suppose I know quite a bit to do one video. So at the minute, the way things are set up, I can't really do much in the living room where the router is, so I have to do everything by Wi-Fi, and sometimes the signal's not great around here. But when we're in the new place and I can be plugged in, I'm going to get a few people on, hopefully, for like Skype interviews. So maybe I'll get on Dr. Milton Mills, who opened my eyes to the microbiome. And then recently I found another podcast called Janie Delaney's Plant-Based Wellness podcast. And I think it's episode 130 with a Dr. Bolshevitz, I think is his name, or Dr. B he calls himself. And I learned a lot more stuff about the microbiome. So try and get him on. I had a few questions. He reckons 99% of our genetics are predicated on the bacteria that inhabit us and basically interact with us on a genetic level. So that's a bold statement. I want to see a bit of data on it, but I know for a fact that some things do affect, you know, microbiome. I'll buy what's that? Am I back in? What's occurring? Boom. I seem to be back. I'm guessing I'm back. So yeah, I was just saying before I was rudely interrupted by the internets that the good bacteria, the Prevotella strains, are only fed by whole plant foods, by the fibre and the resistant starch, and they only make good things. And the bad bacteria, the Bacteroides, they're fed by everything other than the whole plant foods, so animal products and refined plant products. So yeah, the good news is whatever anyone says on microbiome in our gut, which is the most important thing for our physicality, they're all vegan, and they're all whole foods vegan. So anyone who says we're meant to eat animal products, I think just hasn't caught up with all the amazing stuff that we've learned in the past 10 years about the microbiome. It is the most fascinating area of study for me, and yeah, I really would like to do a video on that chickpea, and more than that, learn a lot more about it. I think it is pivotal. Right, let's say some more stuff. Amy, I just posted some miso studies on there for people to look at and discuss. Nice. Oh, on there. Good, I'll give that a look. Could you have a give it, Happy New Year, my friend. What are your plans for tonight? We've got a nice curry that Gemma's making from the new How Not to Die cookbook. We're having that with some roasted potatoes, just no oil, obviously, but they're delicious. Get super hydrated, have an early night, get up tomorrow, get to the gym, boom, make some old plant-based gains. What are you doing, my friend? Helena, hi lovely. I think veganism is going to grow so much in 2018, but I also think that the meat dairy industries are getting very scared. Apparently ag bosses are calling us demon vegans. If we're demons, what the hell are they? But yeah, they are trying to fight back now, aren't they? So what is that phrase? First they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then it's violent opposition, which I think we're at that stage. Then we win. It's not long now. Amy, early night, then a 5k park run and a dumbbell workout because I'm still a newbie. 2018 would be the year I can finally do a chin up. Hell yeah. Good for you for starting the new year, right? Wish I could eat curry. Why can't you eat curries, Amy? Ah. Rusty Richardson said giant couscous is cheap at Aldi. Ah, good to know. Amy, what's the safest alternative to brown rice? I'm bad at cooking quinoa, so I'm hoping there's some other options. I mean, any whole grain is fine, really. I just bought some brown basmati rice, and sometimes I use black rice. I understand that that's relatively low in arsenic compared to a lot of rices. Also, with the rice, it depends where you sort of area you get it from. I understand that sort of Texas is one of the worst sort of places. Was that one of the better ones? I've forgotten now. Ignore me. But cooking it in a lot of water as well, like a real excess of water, like straining it. But yeah, I don't eat it terribly often. But so what did we just buy? We just bought amaranth and buckwheat and brown basmati. Yeah. But in terms of quinoa, like, it's like 3 to 1, isn't it? 3 parts water, 1 part quinoa, moderate heat. Keep an eye on it. It should be all right. Jesse, yes, Daisy Ridley played Ray. Oh, wow. That's good to know. Freaker. I was looking at Freaker the other day. I think that's wheat though, isn't it? So sadly I couldn't try it. Creep behind the camera made a hot chocolate and added a ton of salt into the sugar. He said sugar is unhealthy. Right. That's terrible, Rusty. What are people like? My high vibe life. Greetings all. Happy New Year's Eve. Is Ray from Star Wars Vegan. No wonder she was. Yeah, man. And welcome. Thanks for joining. What you ignore stays a chore. I like that, basically. But Alicia, I had a scoop of vegan, all-natural coconut-based ice cream, and now I feel awful. And it didn't even taste good enough to warrant feeling rubbish. It's amazing how your body tastes. Changes, yeah, and you know, you've been eating great stuff lately, haven't you? So, but you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. I didn't go completely whole food straight off the bat. In fact, like, you know, we do deviate a little very occasionally if we're out and things get tough. But you lose the, you know, you feel like you don't want to because you know you're not going to feel the best. That's cool, really. Jessie, you is awesome. Her dog is blind and deaf. There's a picture on over her and the dog. Ah. Jax Turner. Hi, mate. How are you? I'm very good. How are you, my friend? Welcome to this stream. Are you new around these here parts? Where are you in the world? Veggie Muscle Monster. Can I get too much potassium? Only in supplemental form. If you're eating whole plant foods, you'd never digest enough of whole plant foods in order to do that. Most people look at the minimum RDA, like you could probably double that if you want to be kind of optimal. You probably want to double the minimum RDA. Amy, one of the Stranger Things crew is vegan too. Yeah, that's the ginger girl, isn't it? Who was in the second series. Yeah, it's happening. We were becoming very mainstream. No, we are mainstream. The BBC said. I can't really get involved in ice cream chat because I've not eaten any of those. Amy, I don't even want to try them unless you're getting a selection of Gemma's energy balls and hopefully revert the hazelnut ones as I'm highly allergic. I think I'm a bit allergic to hazelnuts as it goes. So it's just the coffee ones that have hazelnut in. If you want Gemma to make you some particular ones up, I'm sure she will. Helena, I'm reading Proteinaholic. Yeah. Have you read it? I sure have. And I also was on Howard Jacobson's podcast. He's the co-author of Proteinaholic. He's a really cool guy too. Check out his Plant Yourself podcast if you would like to. That Milton Mills one, the microbiome thing, the first one I saw, that's episode 168. And can't remember what my episode is, but it was good fun. It was a lot earlier than that one. Alicia, I wonder if there are Snicker flavoured energy balls. I'd love those. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to do, really, should it? Snickers. So what would that have? Peanuts and a sort of caramel flavour, which you can pretty much get from dates, can't you, really, I think? And chocolate. Snickers energy balls. Oh, have a word. Jesse, I used to have mild fruit allergies that went away now. I turned vegan. Yeah, I was allergic to almonds, but that's cleared up. A lot of allergies are when we're not eating enough fibre, so then our bacteria in the gut don't break down enough fibre into short chain fatty acids. So one of these is a 4-carbon compound called butyrate, and it actually feeds the colonic mucosal cells, and to make your cell, you make the lining basically of your colon tight, you know, no little gaps. And then, so if we're not eating enough fibre, these little gaps develop because they've not got that energy to pull themselves together. And then anything you eat you can get an allergic reaction off of if particles of undigested protein get into your bloodstream. You know, it should just be amino acids getting through. So if you get protein fragments, that can then set you up for allergies and things and autoimmune diseases. So something. Barrett's in the house. What's up? Jesse Hitman. Mike Hawks being unkind. I'm sorry that your experiences today, Mike, has make it so it feels good to you if you're unkind to someone, to make yourself like feel up. I would invite you to just give out love, and in that way, like you can get the best feeling in life by being altruistic. Being unkind to others, like it's like negative hormones and things, cortisol, like doesn't lead anywhere good, you know. I wasn't that nice before. I was a doorman. I was very violent and just out of fear. But if you just give out love, you get that back like tenfold, and life's so much better. So I forgive you for that remark, and Happy New Year, my friend. I hope things improve for you. Pisani, I'm hoping to get off my bum tomorrow and do a park run so early-ish night. Good man. Louisa loves nails. Happy New Year to you. Orion's in the house. Happy New Year, my friend. Thanks for joining. Thought Andrew was about to cry. I was about to cry. Jesma, joining late. I'm making your gravy right now. Ah, sweet. I also heard that rice from countries like Thailand have less arsenic. Methinks. Yeah, a lot of it depends on what was grown previously. So a lot of places in America, they used to use arsenic-based kind of pesticides and things, I believe. Some places in India as well are a bit like that. So, yeah, that is something. But yeah, Yasmin, so really soaking rice really does help. Just really cooking it in a real plethora of water versus like just enough water is something. You can rinse it first as well. Where are we? Lee, how bad how bad for you is the vegan pizza from Pizza Hut? They said it's made from coconut oil. Yeah, I would avoid that like the plague. In terms of health, you'd be better off eating beef fat than coconut oil. You know, for your LDL, which is the only critical risk factor for heart disease. So we went there recently, and I just had it without any cheese. Purple Piplup, what's the best way to get rid of fleas? I got some when I went to visit people for Christmas. Ah, yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it? Because it doesn't feel very vegan. Like if you if you kill them. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know on that one. But what I will say is, if you're being caused like harm, I think it is sort of self-defense, you know, to do something about it rather than getting, you know, for instance, Gemma, it seems to be allergic to mosquitoes, so she gets bitten, like she gets these blisters come up. I mean, we tried to extricate them with a cup and a paper, but it's not always easy. It's not always easy, but we try our best. There was this insect going after me one summer, and I kept sort of shooing him away, trying not to hurt him. And then I saw him land on me, and I actually heard, as he kind of like bit into, I actually heard the noise as his sort of mandibles broke my skin, and I thought, you little bugger, I've been trying to like save you, like not hurt you. In the end, I put him under a timeout. I put him under a cup and just left him there for a little while until it was time to go. Then I let him out. Purple Piplup, I don't like killing things, but I don't like being bitten either. Yeah, you have the right to self-defend, so don't feel too bad. Right, I've lost the chat now. Cool. Right, I seem to be up to date. We're coming up on it now. Yeah, I've not got much else to say, so we might call it there. If you're new to the channel, if you want the healthiest, fittest body, while at the same time not harming the animals or the environment, hit the subscribe button, click the bell notification so your YouTube lets you know when there's new videos, new live streams. So next video will be Saturday at 6. And I might do a live stream. I'll definitely do a live stream Friday at 7 if I don't do one before, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. I might come on beforehand. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all your love and support throughout. It's been an amazing year, and I consider you guys amazing, brilliant friends. So have a really good one. All right, guys? One love. See you next year.